Doctor warns, too much walking after 65 can speed up aging, and the best alternative. In recent years, a concerning narrative has emerged among health experts regarding the effects of excessive walking on individuals over the age of 65, prompting an in-depth re-examination of long-held beliefs about physical activity in later life, as emerging studies and clinical observations begin to reshape our understanding of exercise in advanced age. Medical professionals, drawing on a wealth of observational data and emerging research studies, are increasingly warning that what was once considered a universally beneficial exercise might harbor hidden drawbacks for elderly individuals who exceed recommended physical limits, challenging traditional assumptions about physical fitness. This growing concern stems from a series of comprehensive studies and clinical observations that suggest prolonged and repetitive walking can lead to cumulative stress on the body, ultimately accelerating certain aspects of the aging process in ways that were previously unrecognized. While walking has long been celebrated for its ability to improve cardiovascular health, enhance mood, and support overall physical fitness, new scientific evidence indicates that there may be a threshold beyond which the benefits of walking begin to diminish and potential risks become more pronounced, necessitating a more balanced approach to daily activity. It is becoming evident that the repetitive nature of long-distance walking, especially when performed without adequate rest or variation in routine, may contribute to increased joint degeneration, muscle fatigue, and even systemic inflammation in older adults, factors that can collectively exacerbate the natural aging process. Many experienced doctors have observed that when individuals push their physical limits too far without appropriate recovery periods, the body's natural repair mechanisms can become overwhelmed, leading to unintended consequences that may accelerate the aging process and reduce overall vitality. This emerging narrative challenges the long-standing belief that more exercise is always better, particularly in the context of an aging body that may not have the same capacity for recovery and regeneration as it once did in younger years, urging a reconsideration of exercise intensity for seniors. There is now a growing consensus among geriatric specialists and physical therapists that while moderate physical activity remains crucial for maintaining mobility and independence, excessive walking can impose mechanical stress that contributes to wear and tear on aging tissues in subtle yet significant ways. Experts are urging seniors to listen attentively to the subtle signals their bodies send, as well as to consider the importance of balance in their exercise routines to avoid overexertion that might inadvertently lead to accelerated physical decline or injury. They emphasize that aging is a multifaceted biological process influenced by an interplay of genetic predispositions, environmental factors, and lifestyle choices, making it essential to approach exercise with a nuanced understanding that recognizes individual limits. In this context, even activities that are generally considered inherently healthy, such as walking, must be reevaluated to ensure that they do not inadvertently contribute to long-term physical deterioration or increased risk of injury when performed in excess. This video seeks to explore the cautionary stance adopted by many leading doctors who have noted that excessive walking after the age of 65 might contribute to a faster progression of aging-related symptoms and overall physical decline, providing a fresh perspective on an issue that affects many seniors. The discussion is not intended to discourage physical activity altogether, but rather to promote a more balanced and individualized approach to exercise that takes into account the unique needs and limitations of the elderly, ensuring that health and longevity remain the primary goals. Many seniors who have dedicated decades to an active lifestyle may find themselves questioning whether the traditional advice to walk for extended periods still holds true in light of recent findings and evolving medical guidelines that suggest moderation is key. Emerging data indicates that the human body, while remarkably resilient, is subject to cumulative stress that can accelerate cellular aging and the degradation of vital tissues when not managed properly through varied exercise regimens and timely recovery. It is important to recognize that aging is not simply a matter of chronological advancement, but rather a complex interplay of cellular processes that can be significantly influenced by the intensity, duration, and nature of one's physical activities. Health professionals are now paying close attention to the early warning signs of overexertion, which can often manifest as subtle changes in mobility, balance, and overall physical comfort in seniors who may not yet realize the toll that excessive walking is taking on their bodies. In many cases, the initial symptoms of overexertion in walking, such as minor joint discomfort or slight fatigue, are easily overlooked until they progress into more serious issues that impede daily functioning and overall quality of life. This phenomenon has led to a reevaluation of exercise guidelines for the elderly, with a growing call among experts for personalized fitness plans that are tailored to the individual capabilities and health statuses of seniors, rather than a one-size-fits-all recommendation. Seniors are increasingly encouraged to incorporate strategic rest periods and to diversify their physical activities, thereby reducing the mechanical strain associated with repetitive movements like walking and supporting long-term health. The context of this discussion is deeply rooted in a desire to optimize health and well-being for older adults, ensuring that the pursuit of physical fitness does not come at the expense of long-term vitality or accelerate the aging process. Health professionals advocate for a balanced approach that not only includes moderate aerobic activities but also integrates strength training, flexibility exercises, and adequate recovery periods to support overall cellular health and prevent overuse injuries. It is not uncommon for an aging body to exhibit signs of wear when subjected to continuous, high-impact activities over many years, even when such activities were once recommended without reservation by traditional fitness guidelines. The notion that excessive walking might accelerate aging is further supported by clinical observations linking repetitive strain and overuse injuries to a decline in the body's ability to regenerate tissues effectively over time. These findings have prompted a broader conversation within the medical community about how best to preserve physical function and quality of life in older age, while minimizing the risks associated with prolonged physical exertion that might otherwise be considered benign. The discussion is enriched by insights from leading gerontologists who study the intricate mechanisms of aging at the cellular level and who emphasize the importance of maintaining a delicate balance between physical activity and restorative practices. They highlight that the key to preserving long-term health lies in understanding the body's limits and adjusting exercise routines to accommodate changes in recovery capacity and overall physical resilience as one grows older. In this light, it becomes essential to re-examine long-standing exercise recommendations for seniors in the context of new scientific evidence that calls for a more individualized approach to physical activity, one that takes into account the diversity of aging experiences. It is widely acknowledged that every individual's body responds differently to physical stress, especially as the natural processes of aging begin to alter the efficiency of tissue repair and regeneration in unique ways. This variability underscores the importance of personalized health advice, where doctors work closely with seniors to create exercise plans that are specifically tailored to their unique health profiles and lifestyle needs, rather than adhering to a standardized regimen. The cautionary warning from many doctors is clear. While walking remains a valuable component of a healthy lifestyle, overdoing it after the age of 65 may inadvertently lead to an acceleration of aging-related decline that undermines overall well-being. Such observations have sparked ongoing debates within the medical community regarding the optimal types and amounts of exercise for elderly individuals, balancing the benefits of movement with the potential risks of overuse and injury. In these discussions, the importance of integrating periods of rest, cross-training, and alternative forms of physical activity into daily routines is frequently emphasized as a means of reducing overall strain and promoting sustainable health practices. Medical experts also point out that while walking offers undeniable cardiovascular and mental health benefits, its repetitive motion can exert undue stress on joints, muscles, and connective tissues if not counterbalanced by other forms of exercise that provide variety and support recovery. The evolving narrative surrounding excessive walking serves as a poignant reminder that aging is an intricate process requiring thoughtful management, and that no single form of exercise is universally ideal for all seniors, regardless of past fitness achievements. It is also a call to action for older adults to re-examine their fitness routines in consultation with healthcare professionals, taking into account both the short-term benefits and potential long-term risks of their chosen activities, to ensure they remain healthy and active without accelerating aging. As the conversation continues to evolve, new studies are shedding light on the specific physiological factors that contribute to accelerated aging, prompting further research into alternative, low-impact forms of exercise that may offer a safer route to maintaining mobility and strength. Understanding these warning signs and adapting to a more balanced and varied exercise regimen may prove crucial in mitigating the risks associated with excessive walking and in preserving overall physical health well into the later decades of life. Ultimately, the goal of this discussion is to empower seniors with the knowledge and tools they need to make informed decisions about their exercise habits, thereby enhancing their quality of life and longevity through thoughtful, evidence-based choices. This video sets the stage for a deeper exploration into the reasons why too much walking after the age of 65 might accelerate the aging process, inviting viewers to consider both the scientific evidence and expert advice that support a more balanced and mindful approach to physical fitness. The science of aging and exercise unfolds as a complex interplay of biological mechanisms that shape our bodies over time, and understanding these mechanisms is crucial for evaluating the impact of walking on the aging process. Cellular senescence, the gradual decline in cell function, is a cornerstone of aging research that provides insights into how repetitive physical stress may accelerate biological wear. Researchers have discovered that as cells divide, telomeres, which serve as protective caps on chromosomes, gradually shorten, thereby limiting the capacity for cellular regeneration and repair. This biological phenomenon is particularly important in the context of exercise, as the intensity and frequency of physical activity can influence telomere dynamics in subtle yet significant ways. Studies have shown that moderate exercise may help maintain telomere length and promote cellular resilience, while excessive physical stress can disrupt this balance and hasten cellular aging. Biochemical processes such as oxidative stress, which involves the accumulation of free radicals, are also implicated in the aging process and can be influenced by the physical demands placed on the body. When the body undergoes strenuous exercise, there is an increased production of reactive oxygen species that, if not neutralized by antioxidants, can lead to cellular damage over time. Scientists have noted that the body's natural antioxidant defenses might be overwhelmed during prolonged, repetitive activities like excessive walking, potentially leading to accelerated aging. In addition, the inflammatory response triggered by continuous physical exertion can exacerbate tissue degradation and further contribute to the aging process. Inflammation, while a normal part of the healing process, becomes detrimental when it remains chronic and unchecked, promoting the breakdown of healthy tissues. Research into the molecular pathways of aging reveals that certain proteins, such as sirtuins, play a key role in regulating cellular metabolism and longevity, and their activity may be affected by the type and amount of exercise performed. In the case of older adults, the capacity for these protective molecular responses can diminish, rendering excessive physical activity more harmful than beneficial. The interaction between exercise and aging is also mediated by the endocrine system, where hormones such as cortisol, known for its role in stress response, can have lasting effects on the body when present in chronically high levels. Excessive exercise can lead to an overproduction of cortisol, which in turn may impair immune function and accelerate the aging process through various metabolic pathways. The balance between exercise-induced benefits and potential harm is thus a delicate one that is heavily dependent on individual physiological conditions and the specific nature of the physical activity performed. Modern research has focused on the concept of hormesis, which suggests that low to moderate levels of stress can induce adaptive beneficial responses, while excessive stress, such as that from too much walking, may push the body beyond its optimal threshold. Hormesis highlights the importance of finding the right balance, especially for older adults whose bodies may already be under increased physiological stress. Current scientific literature provides a nuanced view of the relationship between exercise and aging, emphasizing that while physical activity is essential for maintaining health, its benefits can be nullified or even reversed if the intensity or duration is not appropriately managed. The body's energy production systems, particularly within the mitochondria, are central to these discussions, as mitochondrial function tends to decline with age and can be further impaired by excessive physical exertion. Mitochondrial dysfunction leads to decreased energy production and increased generation of harmful byproducts, which in turn contribute to the overall aging process. Researchers have identified that the quality of mitochondrial activity is a critical factor in determining how well the body responds to exercise and recovers from it. The interplay of these cellular and molecular factors forms the scientific basis for understanding why excessive walking, particularly beyond the optimal threshold, might have unintended consequences on aging. It is important to recognize that the body's natural repair mechanisms, which include protein synthesis and cellular autophagy, are essential for mitigating the effects of daily wear and tear, but these mechanisms have finite capacity. Autophagy, the process by which cells clear out damaged components, is activated by moderate exercise. Yet when overtaxed, it may fail to keep pace with the accumulating cellular damage. Studies in the field of gerontology have provided evidence that a balanced exercise regimen can promote these beneficial processes, whereas overexertion might lead to a chronic imbalance that accelerates cellular decline. The biochemical markers of aging, such as elevated levels of inflammatory cytokines and reduced levels of growth factors, are often observed in individuals who engage in extreme physical activity without adequate recovery. This evidence underscores the importance of understanding the dose-response relationship between exercise and aging, particularly in a population that is already vulnerable to the cumulative effects of cellular stress. Researchers are continually exploring the signaling pathways that govern muscle repair and regeneration, as well as the systemic effects of exercise-induced stress on the body's overall metabolic health. The interplay of these signals often determines whether the outcome of physical activity is beneficial or deleterious, highlighting the need for tailored exercise programs for older adults. Advanced imaging techniques and molecular diagnostics have allowed scientists to observe the structural changes in muscle and connective tissue that occur as a result of repetitive stress, providing concrete evidence of how the aging process may be influenced by exercise patterns. In-depth studies have revealed that the microdamage incurred during high volumes of walking can accumulate over time, leading to a phenomenon known as overuse injury, which may further compromise cellular function. The scientific consensus is now leaning toward a more personalized approach to exercise, where individual variability in genetic makeup, previous activity levels, and overall health determines the optimal amount and intensity of physical activity. Emerging research also highlights the role of lifestyle factors such as nutrition and sleep in modulating the effects of exercise on aging, indicating that a holistic approach is necessary to maximize the benefits while minimizing the risks. For example, diets rich in antioxidants have been shown to help mitigate some of the oxidative damage associated with excessive physical stress, thereby supporting cellular longevity. Sleep, as a critical period for recovery and cellular repair, is another factor that can influence the body's response to exercise, with inadequate sleep exacerbating the negative effects of overexertion. In this context, understanding the biological underpinnings of aging is not solely about identifying the risks of excessive exercise, but also about exploring how complementary lifestyle practices can help buffer these risks. The dialogue between scientific inquiry and practical health management continues to evolve, with new discoveries prompting a re-examination of long-standing exercise recommendations for older adults. It is becoming increasingly clear that the simplistic notion of more is better in the realm of physical activity does not hold true for aging bodies that require careful calibration of stress and recovery. The integration of scientific findings from cellular biology, endocrinology, and gerontology is reshaping our approach to exercise in later life, leading to more nuanced and individualized guidelines. These emerging insights underscore that while walking is a low-impact activity compared to many other forms of exercise, its benefits can be negated when performed excessively by individuals whose biological capacity for recovery is diminished. As we continue to explore the science of aging, it becomes evident that the quality of movement and the context in which it is performed are just as important as the quantity. The conversation surrounding exercise and aging is enriched by multidisciplinary research that spans clinical trials, epidemiological studies, and laboratory experiments, all contributing to a more comprehensive understanding of how physical activity impacts the aging process. Ultimately, the science of aging and exercise is a testament to the intricate balance required to maintain health in later years, and it provides a robust framework for developing strategies that allow seniors to remain active without compromising their long-term well-being. This nuanced understanding challenges both healthcare providers and older adults to reconsider traditional exercise paradigms and adopt practices that are aligned with the body's evolving needs. The integration of cutting-edge scientific research with practical health advice represents a new frontier in promoting longevity and vitality, ensuring that physical activity remains a cornerstone of healthy aging when approached with the necessary caution and balance. Excessive walking in the elderly can pose a multitude of risks that may compromise both physical and mental well-being, as continuous repetitive motion over extended periods can lead to cumulative wear on the body's musculoskeletal system. The mechanical stress associated with long-duration walking often results in joint degeneration, particularly in the knees and hips, where cartilage can become worn and less resilient over time. Even with low-impact activity like walking, the repetitive impact forces can contribute to joint inflammation and pain that may eventually limit mobility. Over time, the cumulative effect of stress on the joints can accelerate the development of osteoarthritis, a condition that severely diminishes the quality of life for many seniors. As joints deteriorate, the risk of falls increases, as pain and instability can hinder an individual's ability to maintain proper balance and coordination. The continuous strain on the musculoskeletal system also often leads to muscle fatigue and weakness, further reducing stability and increasing susceptibility to injuries. Moreover, excessive walking without sufficient rest can result in chronic overuse injuries, which may manifest as tendinitis or stress fractures, and these injuries can take significant time to heal. Chronic pain and discomfort stemming from these injuries often lead to a reduction in overall physical activity, which in turn can negatively impact cardiovascular health and mental well-being. The repetitive nature of walking can also lead to imbalances in muscle groups, where certain muscles become overdeveloped while others weaken, creating further instability. This imbalance can be particularly problematic in elderly individuals who may already have compromised muscle tone due to aging. In addition to musculoskeletal issues, excessive walking can also affect the cardiovascular system by overtaxing the heart in individuals with pre-existing heart conditions. While moderate walking typically supports cardiovascular health, overexertion may elevate heart rate beyond safe levels, potentially triggering arrhythmias or other cardiac complications. Many seniors with undiagnosed cardiovascular issues may find that excessive physical exertion exacerbates their conditions, leading to an increased risk of heart attack or stroke. The stress induced by overexertion can also lead to elevated blood pressure, further straining the circulatory system. Beyond the immediate risks to the heart, excessive walking can also negatively impact the respiratory system, particularly in those who already suffer from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease or asthma. The increased demand for oxygen during prolonged periods of walking can lead to shortness of breath and respiratory fatigue, which may discourage further physical activity. The risk of dehydration and electrolyte imbalances also becomes more pronounced in elderly walkers who may not adequately replace fluids lost during extended periods of activity. Dehydration can lead to dizziness and confusion, which further increase the risk of falls and other accidents. The loss of proper hydration can also impair cognitive function, making it more difficult for seniors to make quick decisions in precarious situations. In addition to these physical challenges, excessive walking can contribute to significant mental fatigue, as the constant physical strain may result in feelings of exhaustion and demotivation. The psychological toll of managing chronic pain and fatigue often leads to increased stress and anxiety, which can have a negative impact on overall mental health. Seniors who engage in too much walking might also experience a decline in sleep quality, as persistent discomfort and pain make it harder to achieve restorative rest. Poor sleep, in turn, can exacerbate feelings of fatigue and further diminish physical resilience. The cumulative effect of these challenges often results in a downward spiral where reduced physical activity leads to diminished strength and balance, which then increases the likelihood of further injury. This cycle of overuse, injury, and decreased mobility can severely limit an elderly person's independence and quality of life. The risk of falls is a particularly serious concern, as even minor falls can lead to significant injuries such as hip fractures, which often require surgery and long recovery periods. Each fall not only poses immediate physical danger but also has lasting psychological impacts, as the fear of falling can cause seniors to limit their movement even further. This reduction in mobility can then lead to additional health problems, including weight gain and diminished cardiovascular fitness. In some cases, the long-term effects of these injuries may require seniors to become dependent on assistive devices or even long-term care facilities. The potential for cumulative microtraumas from repetitive motion is a critical aspect of how excessive walking can lead to chronic conditions that undermine overall health. The strain placed on the body's connective tissues, including ligaments and tendons, can lead to a decline in flexibility and an increased risk of sprains and strains. Over time, the body's ability to repair these microdamages diminishes, leading to more significant injuries that take longer to recover from. The inflammatory processes triggered by continuous physical stress can also contribute to systemic inflammation, which is linked to various age-related diseases. Systemic inflammation has been associated with an increased risk of conditions such as diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and even certain forms of cancer, adding another layer of risk for seniors who overexert themselves. Excessive walking may also have indirect consequences on overall health, as the chronic pain and discomfort can discourage individuals from participating in other forms of physical activity. This decrease in overall physical activity can lead to a reduction in muscle mass and bone density, further increasing the risk of osteoporosis and fractures. The decline in physical fitness resulting from overuse and injury can also impair the body's metabolic functions, contributing to weight gain and related metabolic disorders. The interplay between physical overexertion and nutritional needs is another important factor, as seniors may require increased nutrient intake to support recovery, but overexertion can lead to nutritional deficits if not managed properly. Poor nutrition can compound the negative effects of excessive walking, resulting in slower healing times and a further decline in overall health. The psychological burden of dealing with chronic injuries and physical limitations often contributes to feelings of isolation and depression, as seniors may withdraw from social activities and community engagements. These mental health challenges are compounded by the physical pain and frustration associated with reduced mobility and independence. The cumulative impact of these factors underscores the importance of a balanced approach to exercise that takes into account the unique needs of the elderly population. Medical professionals stress that while physical activity is essential for maintaining health, it must be carefully calibrated to avoid the adverse effects of overuse. Individual assessments and personalized exercise programs are critical in ensuring that seniors reap the benefits of physical activity without subjecting themselves to unnecessary risk. Preventative measures, including regular checkups and consultations with healthcare providers, can help identify early signs of overexertion and mitigate the risk of serious injuries. The integration of cross-training exercises that strengthen and balance muscle groups is often recommended as a strategy to reduce the risk of injury from repetitive walking. Additionally, incorporating rest days and recovery periods into an exercise regimen is essential for allowing the body to repair and strengthen itself. The risk factors associated with excessive walking are a stark reminder that more exercise does not always equate to better health, especially in populations with unique physiological challenges. It is vital that seniors and their caregivers remain vigilant about the signs of overexertion and proactively adjust activity levels to suit individual capabilities. Ultimately, understanding and mitigating the risks of excessive walking is a critical component of maintaining a healthy, active lifestyle well into the later years of life, ensuring that the pursuit of fitness does not inadvertently compromise long-term health and well-being. Expert opinions and recent studies have reshaped the conversation around the effects of physical activity on seniors, illuminating nuances that challenge traditional exercise guidelines with a wealth of new data and expert insights. Leading gerontologists and medical researchers from renowned institutions have voiced concerns that long-standing recommendations for high levels of walking in older adults may need to be revised in light of emerging evidence. Multiple peer-reviewed studies have indicated that while moderate physical activity is beneficial, excessive walking may trigger inflammatory responses that contribute to the acceleration of age-related decline. Esteemed experts have pointed out that the human body undergoes complex cellular and metabolic changes as it ages, changes that may be exacerbated by repetitive, strenuous exercise without adequate rest. Renowned health institutions have documented instances where seniors reported increased joint pain and diminished mobility, and these observations have spurred deeper investigations into the underlying mechanisms. Numerous studies have also highlighted that the intensity and duration of exercise must be carefully balanced with individual health conditions, a sentiment echoed by experts in geriatric medicine and physical therapy. Observations from clinical trials indicate that personalized exercise regimens, which integrate varied forms of physical activity, may reduce the risks associated with overexertion while preserving cardiovascular and muscular health. Experts consistently emphasize that the variability in individual responses to physical activity necessitates a customized approach to fitness in later years. In-depth research conducted at leading medical centers has revealed that markers of oxidative stress, such as increased levels of reactive oxygen species, are often elevated in seniors who engage in prolonged walking sessions. Distinguished researchers have noted that these biochemical changes can undermine the body's natural repair mechanisms and accelerate the aging process. Professional panels have recommended a cautious reinterpretation of traditional exercise paradigms, suggesting that the volume and pace of physical activity should be tailored to the individual's physiological capabilities. Recent studies conducted over the past decade have used advanced imaging techniques and molecular diagnostics to uncover the subtle impacts of repetitive motion on aging tissues. Experts in sports medicine and geriatrics have collaborated on comprehensive reviews that synthesize decades of data, reinforcing the notion that moderation in exercise is key. Critical reviews of clinical data have underscored the importance of rest and recovery, particularly in preventing the accumulation of microinjuries in tissues. In conferences and symposiums dedicated to aging and wellness, health professionals have shared case studies that reveal both the benefits and potential hazards of excessive walking in seniors. Influential voices in the field have cautioned that the pursuit of physical fitness must be balanced against the risk of overuse injuries, which may compromise long-term health outcomes. Recent epidemiological research has connected patterns of overexertion with an increased incidence of musculoskeletal disorders in older populations. Leading experts have suggested that the intensity of physical activity should be adjusted based on factors such as prior health status, genetic predispositions, and the presence of chronic conditions. Consensus statements from professional medical associations have started to reflect a more nuanced understanding of how different types of physical activities influence the aging process. The integration of data from randomized controlled trials and longitudinal cohort studies has provided a robust foundation for these emerging guidelines. Esteemed cardiologists and orthopedists have raised alarms about the potential cardiovascular and joint stresses imposed by excessive walking in the elderly. Notable studies have revealed that seniors who engage in high volumes of repetitive motion often exhibit signs of systemic inflammation, which can negatively impact overall health. This body of research has spurred calls for more extensive and targeted studies to determine safe thresholds for exercise among older adults. Many experts have highlighted the role of balanced, multifaceted fitness programs that incorporate strength training, flexibility, and balance exercises as preferable alternatives. In interviews and public health forums, influential researchers have stressed the need for a paradigm shift in how we view physical activity for aging populations. Detailed analyses of patient outcomes have provided compelling evidence that the benefits of moderate exercise can be offset by the risks of overexertion in certain seniors. Numerous academic papers have documented that excessive walking may lead to a cascade of health challenges, including increased susceptibility to falls and a reduction in muscle mass. Prestigious medical journals have published meta-analyses that compare the health outcomes of various exercise regimens, lending credence to the idea that less can sometimes be more. Experts in molecular biology have contributed to this dialogue by exploring how exercise-induced stress can affect gene expression related to aging. The collective findings of these studies underscore the importance of understanding individual variability when prescribing exercise programs for seniors. A growing number of clinicians advocate for periodic assessments of physical performance and health markers to fine-tune exercise recommendations. Renowned experts have also pointed out that the interplay between exercise and nutrition is critical in mitigating potential adverse effects of overexertion. Influential research suggests that diets rich in antioxidants may help counteract the oxidative stress caused by prolonged physical activity. Academic symposiums have brought together a diverse group of experts to discuss how emerging evidence can inform public health policies and personal fitness plans. The consensus among these experts is that a one-size-fits-all approach to exercise in older adults is both outdated and potentially harmful. Researchers have consistently emphasized that incremental and varied forms of exercise can promote long-term health benefits while reducing the risk of injury. Public health campaigns are beginning to incorporate these insights, advocating for balanced routines that prioritize overall well-being. Expert panels have underscored the importance of listening to the body's signals, particularly in recognizing early signs of fatigue and joint stress. Detailed clinical observations have provided tangible examples of how excessive walking can contribute to a decline in quality of life, even in individuals who were once highly active. The voices of leading health professionals in this arena have gradually shifted public perception, encouraging seniors to consider safer, more balanced alternatives. Prominent studies published in the last few years have reinforced the need for caution and moderation, drawing on large data sets that track health outcomes over extended periods. Esteemed practitioners in the fields of geriatrics and rehabilitation medicine have made it clear that maintaining mobility should not come at the expense of overall health. Researchers are now advocating for interdisciplinary approaches that combine physical activity with strategic nutritional and lifestyle modifications. Expert opinions consistently call for increased awareness among seniors and caregivers regarding the potential pitfalls of excessive exercise. Medical conferences have provided platforms for these discussions, where clinicians share best practices and cautionary tales from their own experiences. Clinical trials continue to be conducted that aim to establish clear, evidence-based guidelines for exercise in aging populations. The integration of wearable technology in these studies has allowed for more precise monitoring of physical activity and its impact on health markers. In summary, the confluence of expert opinions and recent studies has transformed our understanding of exercise in older adults, urging a move away from blanket recommendations and towards personalized, carefully calibrated fitness plans that prioritize long-term health and resilience. This emerging body of knowledge, derived from a broad spectrum of research disciplines, serves as a crucial reminder that the path to healthy aging is best navigated with a balanced approach that respects the intricate interplay between physical activity and the biological processes of aging. A growing body of evidence suggests that there is a safer, more effective alternative to excessive walking for older adults, and this alternative centers on a holistic approach that integrates low-impact exercise, strength training, balance enhancement, and mind-body practices to promote overall wellness without accelerating the aging process. Embracing exercises such as Tai Chi, yoga, water aerobics, and resistance training, seniors can enjoy a diverse workout regimen that minimizes joint stress while strengthening muscles and improving balance. This alternative approach is designed to reduce the repetitive strain that can be caused by prolonged walking and instead focuses on controlled movements that enhance flexibility and coordination. By incorporating balance exercises into their routines, older adults can significantly decrease their risk of falls, which is a major concern in this age group. Resistance training, when performed with proper guidance and supervision, can help maintain muscle mass and bone density, offering protection against the natural decline that occurs with aging. Research has consistently demonstrated that low-impact activities not only improve cardiovascular health but also stimulate metabolic processes that contribute to improved energy levels and overall vitality. The integration of water aerobics into a fitness regimen is particularly beneficial, as the buoyancy of water reduces pressure on the joints while providing resistance that strengthens muscles. Mind-body practices such as Tai Chi and yoga have been shown to alleviate stress, improve mental focus, and enhance the mind-body connection, which is crucial for maintaining balance and preventing injury. This comprehensive alternative does not solely concentrate on physical strength, but also incorporates elements that foster mental clarity and emotional resilience. By emphasizing a varied exercise routine, seniors can avoid the pitfalls of overuse injuries that are sometimes associated with repetitive, monotonous activities. Health experts point out that a diversified workout plan not only prevents the wear and tear of overexertion, but also promotes a more sustainable approach to physical fitness in later years. The shift towards this multifaceted alternative is supported by numerous studies that have found significant improvements in quality of life and physical functioning among older adults who adopt such balanced routines. Doctors have noted that the key to longevity lies in preserving the body's natural repair mechanisms, which can be better achieved through a variety of low-impact exercises rather than through repetitive walking. This approach also encourages the incorporation of flexibility exercises that help maintain a healthy range of motion and prevent stiffness that often accompanies aging. Moreover, the mental benefits of practices like yoga and Tai Chi are profound, as they promote mindfulness and reduce the psychological stress that can exacerbate physical ailments. Many clinicians have observed that seniors who engage in a balanced exercise program report higher levels of satisfaction and overall well-being compared to those who rely solely on extensive walking routines. The alternative strategy also includes tailored exercise plans that account for an individual's specific health conditions, ensuring that each exercise is safe and effective. Through personalized assessments, fitness professionals can design programs that align with the senior's current physical capabilities, while progressively challenging them to improve. The emphasis on a holistic approach means that exercise is combined with proper nutrition, hydration, and rest, all of which are critical components of a healthy lifestyle. In addition to physical benefits, this alternative method has been linked to improved cognitive function, as regular, Varied exercise stimulates blood flow to the brain and supports neuroplasticity. Social interaction is another advantage, as many group classes such as water aerobics or Tai Chi sessions foster community engagement and reduce feelings of isolation among older adults. The supportive environment created in group exercise settings further reinforces positive behavior changes and encourages adherence to a consistent workout routine. Importantly, this alternative is not about eliminating physical activity but about redefining it in a manner that supports long-term health rather than short-term gains. In practice, many seniors have transitioned from extensive walking routines to a regimen that includes a mix of strength, balance, and flexibility training, with encouraging results in both mobility and overall health. Studies have highlighted that such diversified routines reduce the incidence of chronic pain and overuse injuries, common issues among those who engage in repetitive physical activities. The alternative exercise strategy also recognizes that recovery is an essential component of any fitness program, advocating for scheduled rest periods and active recovery techniques to allow the body to heal and rebuild. By balancing physical exertion with adequate recovery, seniors can prevent the negative consequences of cumulative stress on the body. This approach is grounded in the understanding that the aging body benefits from variability in movement, which challenges different muscle groups and prevents the stagnation of physical progress. Clinicians emphasize that the goal of this alternative is not only to maintain mobility, but to enhance overall quality of life, ensuring that seniors remain active, independent, and engaged in their daily lives. Through the adoption of low-impact exercises, older adults can preserve joint health, reduce inflammation, and promote better circulation, all of which contribute to a more youthful physiological state. The variety inherent in this alternative routine also stimulates a broader range of motor skills, which is essential for maintaining agility and coordination as one ages. Many experts have observed that the integration of diverse exercises can lead to a synergistic effect, where the benefits of one activity complement and enhance those of another. For example, the calm, meditative aspects of Tai Chi can prepare the body and mind for the more vigorous demands of resistance training. The incorporation of yoga further enhances this dynamic by promoting deep stretching and breathing techniques that improve oxygenation and reduce stress. Over time, this balanced approach to exercise can lead to measurable improvements in physical performance, such as increased muscle strength, improved balance, and enhanced endurance. Furthermore, the mental and emotional benefits derived from such a holistic exercise plan can contribute to a more positive outlook on life, which is a critical component of healthy aging. In this framework, exercise is not viewed as a chore, but as an enjoyable and integral part of daily life, fostering a sense of empowerment and self-efficacy. The best alternative to excessive walking encourages seniors to engage in activities that are adaptable, fun, and sustainable, making it easier to integrate them into a long-term lifestyle. The strategy also accounts for the inevitable variations in energy levels and physical capacity that occur with age, allowing for adjustments that keep the routine both challenging and attainable. By prioritizing safety, variety, and personalization, this alternative approach serves as a blueprint for achieving optimal health outcomes while minimizing the risk of accelerated aging. Experts agree that such a comprehensive program is more aligned with the evolving understanding of geriatric physiology and the need for balanced, restorative movement. In summary, this alternative not only addresses the potential pitfalls of excessive walking, but also opens new avenues for promoting wellness, longevity, and enhanced quality of life among older adults, demonstrating that a more varied and balanced approach to exercise is both a prudent and effective strategy for healthy aging. Practical health and wellness tips for seniors emphasize a holistic lifestyle that integrates balanced physical activity, mindful nutrition, regular health monitoring, and mental well-being practices to foster longevity and vitality while mitigating the risks associated with overexertion. Maintaining a varied exercise routine that includes gentle stretching, strength training, and low-impact aerobic activities is essential for preserving mobility and preventing injury. Incorporating activities like yoga, Pilates, or Tai Chi can improve balance, flexibility, and mental focus, all of which are critical for reducing the risk of falls. A well-rounded exercise program also encourages the development of muscle strength and endurance, which supports joint health and overall stability. Nutrition plays a pivotal role in sustaining energy levels and facilitating recovery, with an emphasis on whole foods, lean proteins, and a wide array of fruits and vegetables. Seniors are advised to adopt diets rich in antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals to combat oxidative stress and inflammation that accelerate aging. Adequate hydration is equally important, as proper fluid intake supports cellular function, joint lubrication, and overall metabolic health. Regular medical checkups and consultations with healthcare professionals help in early detection of potential health issues and in tailoring exercise regimens to individual needs. Monitoring key health indicators such as blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol levels can provide valuable insights into the body's response to exercise and lifestyle changes. Integrating mindfulness practices such as meditation and deep breathing exercises can reduce stress and promote a positive outlook on aging and wellness. Creating a consistent sleep schedule and ensuring sufficient rest each night supports the body's natural repair mechanisms and enhances overall cognitive function. A daily routine that includes periods of gentle physical activity interspersed with adequate rest helps to prevent overexertion and minimizes the risk of injury. Setting realistic and achievable fitness goals can foster motivation and provide a sense of accomplishment that boosts self-esteem. Engaging in group exercise classes or community activities can enhance social interaction, reducing feelings of isolation and promoting emotional well-being. Seniors are encouraged to listen carefully to their bodies and to adjust their routines in response to signals of fatigue or discomfort. Incorporating low-impact cross-training exercises, such as cycling or swimming, provides cardiovascular benefits without imposing undue strain on the joints. Embracing technology, such as wearable fitness trackers, can help monitor daily activity levels and ensure that exercise intensity remains within safe limits. Balancing physical activity with restorative practices, such as gentle stretching and relaxation exercises, supports muscular recovery and reduces the likelihood of overuse injuries. Adopting a proactive approach to health by scheduling regular physiotherapy sessions or fitness consultations can further optimize personal exercise routines. Creating a personalized wellness plan that integrates physical, nutritional, and mental health goals is a key strategy for sustainable aging. It is important for seniors to remain flexible in their routines, making adjustments as their physical capabilities and health conditions evolve over time. Prioritizing activities that bring joy and fulfillment can transform exercise from a chore into a pleasurable part of daily life. Engaging in hobbies that promote both physical movement and mental stimulation, such as gardening or dancing, can be particularly beneficial. Taking time to practice gratitude and mindfulness each day contributes to a more positive mental state, which in turn supports physical health. Recognizing that recovery is as important as activity, seniors are encouraged to incorporate rest days and active recovery techniques into their weekly schedules. The integration of physical therapy and guided exercise programs can help seniors maintain proper form and reduce the risk of injury. Exploring new types of physical activities periodically can keep the exercise routine engaging and help stimulate different muscle groups. Maintaining a journal to track progress, mood, and energy levels can provide valuable feedback and motivate continuous improvement. Emphasizing a slow and steady approach to physical activity helps in building endurance and resilience without triggering excessive strain. In addition to exercise and nutrition, regular social engagement is essential for emotional health, and participating in community groups or clubs can foster meaningful relationships. Being open to professional advice and staying updated on new research findings in geriatric health ensures that seniors can adapt their lifestyles based on the latest evidence-based practices. Integrating balance and coordination exercises into the daily routine not only improves physical stability but also enhances cognitive function. Utilizing relaxation techniques, such as progressive muscle relaxation, can ease tension and promote a sense of calm throughout the day. Scheduling regular breaks during periods of prolonged activity allows the body to recover and prevents cumulative fatigue. Emphasizing quality over quantity in all aspects of exercise encourages a focus on mindful movement rather than excessive repetition. Prioritizing joint-friendly activities helps maintain the integrity of cartilage and connective tissues, thereby reducing the risk of osteoarthritis. Incorporating strength training with light weights or resistance bands supports bone density and counters age-related muscle loss. Adopting a flexible mindset about fitness goals allows seniors to enjoy exercise as a means to improve overall well-being rather than as a rigorous regimen that must be strictly adhered to. Recognizing the interplay between physical and mental health, many experts recommend combining exercise with activities that stimulate the mind, such as puzzles, reading, or learning new skills. Maintaining an active lifestyle also involves practical measures, such as wearing proper footwear to prevent falls and using assistive devices when necessary. Setting aside time for outdoor activities, even if it is just a short walk in a park or time spent in nature, has been shown to improve mood and mental clarity. Staying connected with healthcare providers and engaging in regular health screenings ensures that any emerging issues are addressed promptly. Embracing a comprehensive approach to wellness that includes physical activity, balanced nutrition, adequate sleep, and stress management can significantly enhance quality of life. Learning to pace oneself and prioritizing self-care over the pursuit of rigorous exercise routines helps to maintain a sustainable level of activity. Finally, acknowledging that aging is a natural process and that adapting one's lifestyle with compassion and awareness is the most effective way to achieve longevity and sustained health forms the cornerstone of practical health and wellness tips for seniors.